What would you do if you saw someone struggling, someone who had nothing left but a dream? For Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the answer was simple: help. But what he did for a homeless teen at the gym that day was more than anyone could have expected. And it all started with a single, unexpected question: do you believe in second chances? Life can be cruel, especially when you're young and alone. For Marcus, a homeless teen, the gym wasn't just a place to work out, it was his only escape from a harsh reality. But when he crossed paths with Dwayne Johnson, what began as a chance encounter turned into an unforgettable lesson in kindness, hope, and the power of believing in others. This story will leave you questioning how one moment can change a life forever. Marcus didn't have much. At 17, he was navigating a life no teenager should have to face. After losing both of his parents in a sudden and devastating accident, he found himself utterly alone. With no extended family to lean on and no system to catch him, Marcus was forced onto the streets. He spent cold, sleepless nights on park benches and in overcrowded shelters, doing whatever he could just to make it to the next day. But even in the darkest times, Marcus had a spark, something that gave him a brief escape from his harsh reality. He loved fitness. The gym became his refuge, a place where, for a couple of hours, he could feel normal. It was the only space where his mind could focus on something other than survival. There was just one problem: Marcus couldn't afford a membership. To him, the polished floors and high-end equipment felt like a world he wasn't meant to belong to. Yet, his determination outweighed his fear. He would quietly sneak into the gym, avoiding eye contact and staying in the shadows, hoping no one would notice. One quiet afternoon, while he was mid-set on a bench press, Marcus felt the air shift. A figure loomed over him, casting a shadow. His heart sank. This is it, he thought. They're going to kick me out. But instead of the scolding he expected, he heard a deep, unmistakable voice. Mind if I jump in? Startled, Marcus glanced up and froze. Standing before him was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the man he idolized. To Marcus, The Rock wasn't just a celebrity, he was a symbol of perseverance, someone who had turned struggles into triumphs. Marcus stammered, unsure how to respond. Why was this global superstar talking to him? What could The Rock possibly want with a kid like him? Unbeknownst to Marcus, Dwayne had been watching him for weeks. He'd noticed the quiet determination, the way Marcus came in alone and left unnoticed. Something about the teen reminded Dwayne of his younger self, hungry, determined, and searching for a way out. And on this day, Dwayne decided to uncover the story behind the boy who seemed to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders. Dwayne sat down on the bench beside Marcus, his demeanor calm but inviting. He started with simple questions, easing Marcus into the conversation. How often do you train? What are your fitness goals? At first, Marcus was cautious. He couldn't help but think, why would someone like The Rock care about me? But there was something about Dwayne's approach. He wasn't prying or making assumptions. Instead, he listened, really listened, without a hint of judgment. Slowly, Marcus began to open up. He spoke about his parents, their sudden loss, and how it left him alone in the world. He admitted how the streets had become his home and how the gym was his sanctuary. Dwayne leaned forward, his expression serious yet compassionate. You've been through a lot, kid. But you're here. That says something. Marcus wasn't sure what to say. No one had ever validated his struggles like this before. Then, Dwayne asked a question that stopped him cold. What's stopping you from becoming great? Marcus blinked, caught off guard. He had no answer. In his mind, greatness was reserved for people with resources, connections, and a family to back them up, not someone like him. Dwayne smiled knowingly. You know, I've been where you are. Maybe not in the exact same situation, but I've had my back against the wall. I've had nothing. No money, no opportunities. Just a dream and a lot of hard work. And let me tell you something, you've got one thing most people don't: grit. You've survived things that would break others. Marcus felt a lump in his throat. He'd never thought of himself as anything more than a kid trying to get by. But Dwayne's words were making him rethink that. Dwayne stood up and extended a hand. Let's see what you're made of. You and me, one session. Let's go. For the next hour, Marcus found himself in a dreamlike state, training alongside his hero. Dwayne didn't hold back, he encouraged Marcus with every rep, pushed him to go beyond his limits, and even cracked a few jokes to keep things light. As they worked out, Dwayne shared pieces of his own journey, how he once had just $7 in his pocket, how he battled setbacks, and how he turned his life around through sheer determination and hard work. By the end of the session, Marcus wasn't just physically exhausted, he was inspired. For the first time in years, he felt a glimmer of hope, a belief that maybe, just maybe, his circumstances didn't have to define him. As their workout wrapped up, Marcus wiped the sweat from his brow, still processing the surreal experience of training alongside his hero. Just as he thought this moment couldn't get any more unbelievable, Dwayne reached into his bag and pulled out a sleek, black gym membership card. He handed it to Marcus with a firm grip and a warm smile. "This is yours now," Dwayne said. "No more sneaking in. You've earned your place here. You belong, just like anyone else." Marcus froze, staring at the card. To most people, it might just be a piece of plastic, but to him, it represented something far deeper: acceptance, opportunity, and someone recognizing his worth for the first time in years. "Thank you," Marcus managed to choke out, his voice barely above a whisper. Dwayne placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "This isn't just about the gym, Marcus. It's about showing up for yourself. Every single day. No excuses. I believe in you, but what matters most is that you believe in you." Before Marcus could find the words to respond, Dwayne pulled out a small card and scribbled something on it. Handing it over, he said, "This is my number. If you ever need advice, guidance, or even just someone to talk to, call me. You're not alone in this." Marcus's hands trembled as he accepted the card. The idea that someone as accomplished and busy as Dwayne Johnson would extend such generosity was overwhelming, but Dwayne wasn't finished. He locked eyes with Marcus and said, "Listen to me. Your story isn't over. Not by a long shot. You've been through the worst, and you're still standing. That means you've got the strength to write the next chapter. So make it a damn good one, alright?" Those words struck a chord in Marcus's heart, igniting a spark he hadn't felt in years. Soon after, the gym staff, who had been quietly observing the interaction, couldn't contain their excitement. They shared the story on social media, and within hours, it went viral. Offers of help poured in from all corners, mentorship programs, job opportunities, and messages of encouragement flooded Marcus's inbox. Despite the newfound attention and resources, the real treasure for Marcus wasn't the material gifts. It was the belief that someone like Dwayne Johnson had in him, a belief that he could rise above his circumstances and create a life worth living. That day at the gym was more than just a workout for Marcus, it was a turning point. With Dwayne's words, "Your story isn't over," ringing in his ears, Marcus made a commitment to himself. No longer would he let his circumstances define him. He started showing up every day, not just at the gym but in life. The gym became more than a place to lift weights, it was where he rebuilt his confidence and strength, inside and out. Marcus found a job soon after, and with steady income, he was able to secure a small apartment. It wasn't much, but it was his, and for the first time in years, he felt a sense of stability. As he pieced his life back together, Marcus couldn't forget the impact Dwayne had on him. Inspired by the kindness he had received, Marcus began mentoring other teens at the gym, especially those going through tough times. He shared his story openly, hoping to show others that no matter how dark things seemed, there was always a way forward. Meanwhile, Dwayne continued to be the man people admired, not just for his success but for his heart. What he did for Marcus wasn't about publicity, it was about lifting someone up, just as others had once done for him. This story isn't just about a celebrity helping a fan. It's a powerful reminder of how a single moment of kindness, a single conversation, can ripple outwards, creating a chain reaction of positive change. Marcus's journey is proof that no matter where you start, no matter how many obstacles you face, it's possible to rise, to rewrite your story. And sometimes, all it takes is someone to believe in you, to remind you of your worth, and to push you to see the strength you already have within. So, as you go about your day, think about the difference you can make, because even the smallest act of kindness can leave a lasting impact. If you found Marcus's story inspiring, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories, or check out the next video that'll leave you speechless.